Okay, it's Monday the 7th. I'm doing this around 7 o'clock. We'll start off with the hurricane because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. Has no effect on Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey, except for once it gets out over the ocean and it's going to move away. It's going to go east of Florida and keep going out. It may bring some high tides and stuff like that to the shoreline of Jersey, all the way up the coast, technically. Now, this is what it looks like. Um, right now. This is, well, actually, this is around midnight, 1 o'clock. And if you, this is the hurricane down here. Here's the winds right here that make it a category 4, category 5. Now, when you see that gray, that's your area of concern. As we move this ahead and it starts to affect the coastline here, you can see the grays here, but it's kind of losing its punch, and part of that is because of the rotation. It's now getting the effect of the land, and that's part of why it would die down. It'll move it a little bit ahead. Here it is right here. Here's your gray area. It's confined now to this small area off the coast, but the winds are beginning to really dig in here now. Rotation of the wind is this way, and I'll show you that in a second. It's this way. It's counterclockwise. So once this gets up high, the rains are going to be to the north of this, the winds to the south, not east. I always tell you that. Um, and when this comes up, the rain will be north up here, heavy, and but the wind will be here. And see, here's Tampa Bay here, and that's going to push water into there. It could be anywhere from, I would say, 7 to 12 feet of storm surge going into there. And as you get down here towards Captiva, Sanibel, you're going to have the same problem. You're going to have winds blowing in to the Bay areas there, and there'll be some flooding down there. Um, the winds won't be like a hurricane hitting Sanibel or anything like that. And the further down you get, down here towards Venice and then down towards Naples, um, your biggest concern down that way would probably be a power outage. There's going to be some wind gusts in the 50-mile-an-hour range and stuff like that, but the storm is way to the north. The only thing that can change this is I'll show you right now. Well, anyway, let's just take this in a little bit more as it goes on shore. Let's see the gray area, it completely disintegrates as it hits. And this probably comes in as a level 3 hurricane as it comes into Tampa, or just that. I think it comes in not right over Tampa. I think the center of it is just to the north, right around here, as it comes across, and the winds will die down quickly, and then as it moves out. Over towards off of Florida's east coast, it picks back up again and starts to get its circulation going as it does that, and then the winds turn around and they start coming out of the north into the northeast towards south southwest, and that'll push the water back out again. But all the damage would have been done. Okay, now what we're showing here is I want to show you how you come up with a path like this. You have a low pressure system here, which is providing some heavier rains to Florida already, and the rotation of that pushes this south, so that's why this stays south. Now, where does it hit on Florida? All depends on where this low goes when it goes. Let's move it ahead, and you can see it's over Florida now. And that's the winds now are coming around, but it's going to start allowing this thing to take more of a northeast turn as it gets there. Now this is let's see, let's do tomorrow around this is around 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll move this out. Here's that storm that was here, and it's now out here. And I'm sure they're going to investigate this thing to see if it turns into another tropical storm. And then allows this thing to start coming north. But this controls where this is going to go and how quickly this moves across Florida and off, and then changes the direction of the wind. And you can see here's your winds coming from the south, and then here's your rotation, and that will allow this thing to start turning. Now, if it doesn't turn right, hurricanes got their own mind. If it doesn't turn when it's supposed to turn, it takes longer, then your track is a little further south. So you kind of estimate where everything is going to go, and that's what you do. Now you get into Wednesday. Here's 11 o'clock in the morning. Here it is right here, and that other one's gone. and this thing's on its own. Now, where this goes right now, it looks like this trying to say it's going to go a little to the south. Now, this is 2 o'clock Wednesday, and you can see it's off the coast, and it's really building its winds up. It'll go from either a category 4 or 5 to a category 3 before it hits. The winds will drop down because the effects of Florida on the circulation around this thing. And so I would say that if you're in Tampa, I wouldn't go to Orlando. Wouldn't do it. Um, I would stay out of Disney for a couple of days. But you're going to see a lot of water dam, a lot of flooding around here, and you'll see some wind damage. But this won't be one of those building flattening storms the way they're trying to advertise it. It's just not. It's not going to do that. It'll knock buildings down. I'm not saying, but it's only going to be right around the waterfront that that kind of stuff will happen. But the flooding, if you're in a flood-prone zone, I would say from Fort Myers on up to north of Tampa here, then I would think that's your area that if you're prone for coastal flooding, that you're probably going to get some there. And again, rain a lot. And you can see here's your rain totals. We try to zero this in a little bit. Okay, here's Tampa right here. And you can see just north of Tampa, there could be 10, 11 inches, 12 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. You look down here, it drops down 4 or 5 inches, 6 inches down this way. And then below, once you get down to Fort Myers, the total rain drops out. Now, they're getting rain now, so this includes all rain from today through the end of this storm. And as you can see, here's my thing I always tell you. If the storm comes in here, and here comes the eye of the storm this way, the rain is always to the north west, and the winds are going to be down in this area down here, and you get less rain. It's kind of the way it works, the way it rotates, and that's how it goes. Okay, that's my update when it comes to Hurricane Milton. I call him Milton Berle. If you know who Milton Berle is, he was a down man, I guess, from what they say. Okay, anyway, shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. But anyway, there's your update on the hurricane.